Can we seriously stop letting Jessica Gao do anything ever in Marvel? I am Mecca, and who are you? Why are you here?
I'm Rob off camera.
My voice is still mostly gone.
Yes,
I'm
mostly.
here mostly.
Mostly.
Oh no. Oh no, we have some news, don't we? She-Hulk. Oh no, I didn't line it up right. Let's get a better picture of me too. How about that one? Better, yay! Most of the scenes in She-Hulk's premiere were originally made for episode 8.
Yeah, so you wait to the end to tell the origin story. That's a great plan. Yeah, there you go. Have you ever read any? Forget comics? Have you ever read anything that has been remotely called a book?
And but before we get into this one and railing on that, I gotta tie this one in too. This is why Jessica Gao should never do anything ever. Can I have her job? I can do better without a voice than her. She wanted Natasha to go back to high school.
Go to her high school reunion. Goes back to reunion and has to deal with the fallout from her fake ID. She didn't go to high school. Correct me if I'm wrong here. She didn't go to high school. She was an orphan and she got recruited into that freaking Red Room program or whatever it was, where they were all dancing ballet. For God's sake! Oh my God! What is with the obsession with? Listen. Okay, I'm gonna go on a side tangent here. Every freaking thing from these female creators. Now, I'm not saying. Okay,
no, you're right. You're right. Everything from these female creators is high school.
It's all based in high school. Whether it's Twilight, which I call Twillich. Okay, I don't know why I call it that, but Twilight, freaking the first kill there, whatever it is.
Harry Potter.
The freaking stupid Gotham High there that with Bruce Wang. That stupid I Am Starfire thing. Oh my God, they are just reliving all
X-Men High.
X-Men High.
Ms. Marvel,
X-Men High. Oh my God, thank you for reminding me. They are reliving their high school years. I lived through that once. It sucked. Like what kind of developmentally arrested narcissist are you?
I was going to concerts and crap. Like I don't.
Listen, nobody liked high school, but you know what? I don't want to go back and sort of relive my own personalized fan fiction to correct it. Okay? They always say, write what you know. That's what you know? This is all you know?
Yes, that's all they know, high school.
High school.
That's as far as they got.
If only I was the prom queen. That's not, I'm not. Oh, if only I was the prom queen. If only everyone loved me.
I was off at like concerts. I didn't care about being prom queen.
I didn't care.
My mom had to pay me to go because I didn't care about it. So for crying out loud.
For God's sake, this is. You want to know why modern comics are failing? Because what's the biggest challenge when you send your character in high school? Oh yeah, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna get to gym class?
That's how am I going to get out of gym class?
How am I going to get out of
gym class? So nobody
sees
sees me sweaty in the shower or anything.
Somebody sees me sweating. I'm an underdeveloped person.
But you can't have anybody be good athletes or anything.
No.
It's all how do we get out of it?
No, how do we get the most likes on Instagram?
Oh, Lord. She-Hulk attorney at law creator Jessica Gao needs to never work in Marvel again, please. Opens up about her rejected pitch for Black Widow, revealing a plot involving a high school reunion. Here, I'll let you take this since my voice is going.
She-Hulk attorney at law creator Jessica Gao has revealed the plot of a rejected Black Widow movie, and this was going to be a major motion picture, people.
The one we got wasn't very good, though.
No, it wasn't. Okay, Phase 4 kicked off in July 2021 with the release of Black Widow after multiple delays due to that thing. The
coof. I don't have it. I'm sick again.
Serving as a prequel to fill the gaps of Natasha Romanoff's MCU story. The film is set after the events of Captain America: Civil War and follows Natasha on the run as she's forced to confront her past. This past largely centers on the found family she grew up with before her and her sister were taken by the Soviets to be trained as Black Widow assassins. It was 1995. There were no Soviets. The Berlin Wall fell.
In 89, 91. Oh, God.
Oh, for
I
crying
was in 5th grade. 94, Beavis and Butthead was on the air.
I see. Whoa. I never realized this stuff.
Now, Gao Now, Gao has revealed a basic plot synopsis for her version of the Black Widow movie in an interview with The Wrap, trash website. Gao described the film as a gross point-blank story where, at a high school reunion, Natasha has to deal with the fallout that happened between her and her old classmates because they found out she'd been planted there as a teenage Russian spy. Read Gao's full quote. It was basically a gross point-blank story for Black Widow. Basically, you find out that in high school, as a teenage spy Russian agent, she was planted at an American high school. How many times can she say high school? Because she had to assassinate someone's dad, and then 20 years later, she goes back to the high school reunion and has to deal...
Why? Why would she?
You said high school 3 times.
And why would she? If she was just planted there, what the crap?
Why would she go back to her reunion?
More normal people who barely go to school, barely went to high school, don't give a crap about their high school reunion.
You know how many reunions I've been to? 0. How many I want to go to? 0. Okay?
What does she want to? What does she need to prove to anybody? I'm so popular. Look at me. I'm Black Widow now. Wouldn't she be in hiding?
She be in witness protection or hiding or something. I don't know. Okay, she has to deal with all the fallout of this fake identity where she betrayed all these people in high school. For God's sake.
And she cares that much about these idiots in high school? Are you kidding me?
For God's sake. Black Widow wasn't the only film Gao pitched.
Oh, no.
She pitched her own version of Captain Whammin' and the People Haters and Shang-Chi, Legend of the Ten Rings, whose ideas didn't work out.
I gotta hear what they are. Do we have those?
She did eventually land a pitch for She-Hulk. I have no idea. Gao went on to... explain the aforementioned interview. She believes that every opportunity you miss is actually setting you up for something else. Specifically referring to her own story, saying, "I didn't get any of those 3 Marvel jobs because it was building to this point." I guarantee you that the Captain Whammin' People movie was set in high school. I guarantee it. I'd lay even money on it.
First off, how do you get a pitch for Marvel?
You gotta know somebody.
And keep getting pitches from... Like, I can't walk into Marvel and tell them what I want to do with it. Who the crap is this woman and why are they letting her pitch things?
You have to be working in the industry and they call you. They call you in. Anyway.
So she was like one of Harvey's?
I don't know.
Probably.
Well, the average person would probably take rejection pretty hard and not want to keep trying and trying again. Oh yeah, she's so brave, stunning and brave.
Rejection from high school? Why would Natasha care about high school?
Well, she's talking about Gao's pitch.
Oh.
Gao's story and outlook prove that her rejected pitches weren't a waste of time, but instead were a chance for redirection. While the plot of the Black Widow film certainly sounds like it could have been provided a unique perspective on Natasha's story, the MCU went in other directions. Luckily, with the first episode of Gao's successfully pitched series just premiering, it was terrible, she's off to a solid start. No, she isn't. With many critics' reviews praising She-Hulk for its charm and comedy. No, they aren't.
Who?
With Gao's history of persistence with Marvel and now her success as She-Hulk, what success, it wouldn't be surprising if she's already got ideas for another MCU story to pitch to the studio in the near future. Let's hope not. If this is the pitch they took, how bad were the other ones?
Right?
Yeah, the cat. Right. See, even the cat agrees.
Well, let's just see how bad She-Hulk could have been.
How bad could it have been?
This bad. They changed the majority of it. It was gonna be so much worse.
Which means they had to bring in script doctors and writers to punch it up and to pretty much rewrite the whole thing.
Now, okay, there's moments of it that were pretty fun. There's moments that aren't that bad. I do have to defend that moment where she has those 3 guys who won't leave her alone, and she does kind of flip out on him.
Come on, where are you going? Let us keep you company.
We're just being friendly.
I've been there. Sometimes you don't want people to talk to you. Yeah. Sometimes you don't want a conversation, and that's not a man or a woman thing. Sometimes you just don't want to be bothered, especially if you don't look interested. Say, hey, I got somebody coming, and whether they're dangerous or just annoying and harmless, you leave people alone if they don't want to be bothered, please. So I'm going to defend her getting a little irritated at them and being angered by it, because I would be angered by it. But at the same time, according to the MCU Direct, they didn't even have the origin until episode 8, the end of the series.
Because that's when you want to tell you the beginning, how a character begins, is at the very end.
Only if you're Tarantino, and I'm not even that big of a Tarantino fan.
Even Rian Johnson isn't that dumb. Marvel Studios' She-Hulk Attorney Law is officially up and running with episode 1 now available to stream for the world on Disney Plus. But leading up to the final episodic Disney Plus series of Phase 4, Marvel hasn't had an easy road bringing this new exciting story to life. The issue has been most front and center has been the show's use of CGI takes on the Marvel we never seen before, largely computer generated. While fans have seen some improvements regarding recent trailers footage started fans claims worries some extent. Okay.
Oh, so they're complaining about the CGI again.
Okay, well,
on top of CGI, rumors hinted that some She-Hulk was causing concerns behind the scenes.
Yeah, it looked terrible. But,
during post,
they fixed it somewhat.
Yeah, the CGI was the least of my worries because all Marvel CGI looks kind of crappy to me. But then again, I'm a practical effects person.
Okay, well, She-Hulk changed for episode 1 post-filming. Speaking of Variety, She-Hulk Attorney Law head writer Jessica Gao, God, she's just everywhere. She's just becoming insufferable. As most first episode originally appeared in episode 8, instead of showing her the origin story right off the bat. The episode order was slightly different. We changed things up a little bit in post. Most of the pilot you see was actually episode 8. We waited until the very end of the season to reveal her origin story.
And then people realized that, hey, we need Mark Ruffalo in there so we can actually,
get people interested in
get
this
people
thing.
Watching it.
Yeah.
Because at the very least, people are going to show up for him.
Not so much you need Mark Ruffalo. I'm like, you need to establish who this character is.
Yeah.
You need to say, hey, this is who it is, this is how they got there, this is where they're going.
She's an unlikable, ungrateful brat.
Yeah. When asked why this decision was made, she felt that people simply wanted to know that information sooner. Not wanting to wait. Oh, yeah, first thing you made sense. Said made sense. Not to wait so long to find out about Jennifer Walters' origin story. There were several factors leading up to the decision, but really at the end of the day, we just realized, people who say at the end of the day really aren't that smart, are they? We just realized that people wanted to know that information sooner. It was hard for them to not know the origin story and then get to know this character. That sounds like somebody came and said, listen, you got this backwards.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Forget. Okay. Let me ask you a question there, Miss Gao. Forget comic books. Have you ever read a book? Have you ever watched a movie? Have you ever watched television? Has anyone ever told you...
She watched Grosse Point Blank, apparently.
Has anyone ever told you a story? You want to start at the beginning, not at the end. Okay?
So they put their poor VFX artists under a bunch of crunch to get that as episode 1, too.
Oh, see,
that's crappy.
Why'd you created more work for these poor guys.
Where will She-Hulk's original episode 1 fit back in?
So it's become of She-Hulk's first episode. Well, it's likely Marvel simply shifted episodes down the line slightly. Eagle-eyed fans will notice that Jen is currently Deputy District DA in the series premiere and is already actually prosecuting against her former employer, GLK&H.
Future employer
GLK&H. Therefore, it is likely that what is now the second episode would have been the premiere, establishing Jen's status quo as a lawyer working for the law firm's superhero division. Looking at the penultimate episodes of every Marvel Studio Disney Plus show thus far, it's usually where much of the leading hero's backstory comes to the forefront, along with plenty of emotional story beats. This includes Wanda's trip down memory lane in WandaVision, Mark Spector having to reveal his traumatic childhood in Moon Knight, and Kamala Khan's blast to the past when she's lived through the partition in India in Ms. Marvel.
That was confusing as crap, that Ms. Marvel going back in time.
That was all reshot.
Yeah, that was awful. So was that supposed to be the first episode from Ms. Marvel, you think?
I don't know.
Where she went back in time and,
That to me seems like it was all reshoots.
Yeah.
Because it just didn't relate to anything else in the show. Particularly with Jennifer Walters' origin story changing slightly from her comic book. They changed it a lot. The show had a tall order in making sure that her beginnings weren't left a mystery, which is why things were altered after the show was initially filmed. Thankfully, fans are already seeing improvements from CGI, even with Marvel scrambling to get the show.
Who cares about the CGI?
Yeah,
why are you telling the story?
You're telling the story backwards.
Backwards at the end, so we're setting her up as a lawyer.
Oh,
I mean, maybe this was a wrong decision because she comes off as so unlikable and so ungrateful.
There is that storytelling device where they cut 3 weeks earlier,
Yeah.
And I've used that before. I've written things like, I've used that before. 3 weeks earlier, 3 months earlier, and then you tell the story in flashback. But this is just to tell the origin at the very end. It's just a poor decision all around.
Yeah, much like hiring Jessica Gao, apparently. So, don't let her pitch anything. Let me pitch.
Don't let her near a camera. Don't even let her near a typewriter.
Because I'm tired of hearing about characters in high school or how oppressed of whammon. Like, for crying out loud, you just make her so unlikable. And there's so much you could do to fix this. You could have made it relatable to anyone without the feminism. I heard a theory that She-Hulk's actually the bad guy in this because she likes being the Hulk and she likes being in power and she likes being able to turn it on and off. And, like, in the comics, she just stayed She-Hulk.
Yeah.
In this, she just turns it on and off at a whim because
she wants to feel empowered.
Hello. And if she didn't already by being a lawyer, and she didn't already by...
Well, she's having people tell her to smile. I mean, that's disempowering, isn't it? Or is that the right word?
I don't know. It's a little irritating, but at the same time, like, for crying out loud, it's not something to write a whole TV series based on. Hey, here's the things that annoy me as a woman today that only women can relate to if you're written by women who don't like other women. And that's what it comes across as. Women who don't like other women.
Yep.
Because they make her so unlikable.
See, even the categories.
All right, we've gone on about this. Just get rid of Jessica Gao. I am Mecca.
I'm Rob O'Kane.
Sorry, my voice is still kind of gone. It's back mostly. See you guys later. Bye.
Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!
Those are like the baseline of any woman just existing.
How do you like that?